Hello there, welcome back to my humble kitchen. Today I'm going to be making shakshuka for just me. Shakshuka for one for lunch. Let me show you how I do it. Okay, so these are pretty much the three main base ingredients of shakshuka, besides obviously the tomatoes, but those go in later. So you really want to cook down the onions and the peppers, and then you add the garlic, and everything kind of comes together in this way and kind of forms a more solid stew type texture that you can then dip some delicious bread into and enjoy. We're gonna add some oil to the pan. And normally you would make shakshuka for probably many more people than this, but since it's just for me, I'm just gonna use this bad boy right here, should be plenty. All right, this is the most important part, cooking down the peppers and onions. Everything smells really good. It's literally just three ingredients right now. It's pepper, onion, and garlic, and it smells amazing. And the garlic will cook up much quicker than the peppers and onions did, so you really do want to keep an eye on this. Make sure nothing gets burnt. Now it's time for the seasoning, which is arguably the most important part. And so these are kind of the three main seasonings that are really gonna take this flavor profile up a notch and really give it that Israeli kick. So we've got cayenne pepper for spice, paprika for kind of that earthy smokiness, and ground cumin for the quintessential Israeli flavor profiles. Adding all these spices together really makes this dish taste as good as it does. So this is very important here. You could measure it out. I just kind of eyeball it. You want to do a generous sprinkling of cumin, a rather generous sprinkling of paprika, and then a less generous sprinkling of cayenne pepper, because that's what's gonna give it the spice. So unless you're a big spice fan, maybe just keep this one a little more timid, but still good. We still want it to be flavorful, but not overwhelming, choking on your food. I've taken some whole plum tomatoes and taken them out of the can and cut them up like this so they will cook down a little more easily. So we're gonna put these into the pan. I'm gonna add some of the juices as well. So you basically want this bad boy to like thicken up. You want it to not be just kind of a sloppy mess with, you know, all the stuff in here. Once it kind of cooks together, it'll become more cohesive, which is what you want. So everything is coming together nicely. Now at about this point, you're gonna wanna turn the oven on because you're gonna end up baking the eggs in this pan within the sauce. And also I use my oven as a toaster because I live in Manhattan and I don't have room on my counter for a toaster, so 2 in 1. All right, and for the pièce de résistance, we're also going to add some feta cheese into the mix, and you can kind of pick your poison on this to decide how much you want to put in. I usually put a good amount of cheese in. And this makes it nice and creamy. It's very good. Okay, now you're going to crack, in my case right now, 2 eggs because it's just for me. I have little holes that I've made in the pan to put the eggs into. We gotta put the whole pan into the oven to get the eggs cooked through, but a lovely runny yolk, if we're lucky. I'm gonna put some pita pieces into the oven as well. Okay, so this came out pretty great. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm so excited to try it. I'm not even gonna get a plate. I'm just gonna go for it. It's just me. Who cares? The egg came out perfect and runny, but not too runny where it's undercooked. The flavors of the tomato and the pepper and the garlic and the seasoning, it's a little bit spicy, but mostly just flavorful. No matter how extra you think this is, I'm pleased with my shakshuka for one. And it was super easy. It's not even that many ingredients, so you can definitely do this one.